No, this is gonna work out, but let's see. All right, we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. Shout out to the people going to work this morning. Shout out to the people coming in from work this morning. Extra special big up shout out to the people who work multiple jobs. I have the utmost respect for you. Shout out to my entrepreneurs, my stay at home moms and pops, my retirees. Shout out to the drivers, the Uber driver, the Lyft driver, truck driver, taxi driver, food delivery drivers, round town and long distance truck drivers. Shout out to every single clean hearted, good hearted person who wants good for others as much as you want good for yourself. You're a good person. Big up yourself. Hey, I listed the video this morning on a different chat format, so the video might not be going out as fast as it should. I'm still trying to learn things. YouTube is always tweaking and twerking, and we're always having to tweak and twerk with YouTube. So just bear with me. That's what's going on, right? Anyhow, Medea, I'm feeling good this morning. I'm up and healthy. Went out and did some exercise early in the morning. Was at the gym from 4, and well, I got a little late this morning, 4:07, but I was there until 5:37. So put in my workout, and I'm feeling healthy. Now I'm back, and I'm protecting my health at all costs. It's what I deal with this morning. Seeing that's lemon in some warm water, and that's what I'm gonna take on an empty stomach. I'm gonna try to live good. I'm trying to grow old and see my kids and that kind of stuff. Anyhow, we have a lot to talk about this morning. So Flo, run up, give it a listen. Run up. Who do run up? Black Goddess Henry. Who do run up? Can't last me, You know what I was realizing? Not to start off with no dance or something, but I'm just saying, Mr. Vegas, the run up. All right, sir. Not the one that I played yesterday. So long since I've caught alive. Hot and spicy, big up yourself and thank you for being here. Listen, we got a lot to talk about this morning. See, y'all notice how low the numbers were for Popcorn's big album where Popcorn dropped? Uh, every time I see numbers for like dancehall and reggae music artists, it's so disappointing. It's like we can't shift those numbers for nothing. Or is it that somebody is actually minimizing the numbers on purpose in order to minimize the influence of the genre globally? Me no know. Something not right about them numbers there. Cause Popcorn are linked with some big people like Drake and all that. I was saying Popcorn album wasn't even nominated for the Grammys, but Popcorn, I mean, I come to talk about Popcorn this morning, I'm just saying maybe the album came out too late to be considered for Grammy. But with pull like Drake and them people there, you should be far reaching more, selling more. Numbers should look different. Or are we just a set of people that really don't support our own? Is that what it is? Is either somebody will hold on the numbers them for whatever ulterior motive there is, or we're just a set of people who do not support our own. And I know we stay already. Enough of people them is like this. Boy, if me give him my $5 them, me I gonna make him rich. Like your $1 $5, I gonna make him rich. They go as far as to say, no, my $1 can't make him rich. But if more people think like me, him can't get rich. Wickedness. Yo, dollar, no. I scam people. I don't know. I don't know if it's us, but if that's the case, it goes to show. Because these other artists from other genres, they're pushing 60,000, 17,000, 15,000, 27,000, 60,000 in a first week sales. We come out with 1,500, 3,000, 3,200, something like that. It don't look good power. So we should stop complaining actually about why reggaeton is doing so good because Spanish people buy anything what Spanish people put out. A Spanish brother explained the other day. He said, I always see like black people always ask me, man, they're like, yo, Chico, why y'all always doing so good? Like y'all have the nice cars and y'all had the this and the that. And he was like, man, what I observe about black people is that y'all don't even stick together, man. See, the thing about us is we don't do anything by ourselves. If I go open a restaurant, right, everybody is coming to my restaurant. That's where they holding the sweet 16. I forget what them call it, something special. That's where they hanging out. And they're gonna support it till that business grows big. And then He was like, we the type to all bundle up in one house. And we've seen them do it. We the type to all bundle up in one house, start a company like a roofing company or something. And everybody in that one house is working on that. You know, we flipping these houses, these roofs at $10,000 or more for put on a roof. Them Mexican and them Spanish people out there are put it on in a 1 day. 2 days max, job done. On to our next one. 10 grand a piece minimum. And them split the money there up and on to the next project, on to the next project. Before you know it, everybody have a house. Everybody have 2 car parking at them house. Then them help everybody refurbish them whole house. We used to live right next door to one. And when them open up them back door and I've just beer Spanish music over there and them riba, riba, catira, catera. And you know, God with them thing is like get together just to dig up the floor them in the house and lay down some glass looking tile business. And the man came over to the fence and said to us, I'm going to be putting up a big privacy fence here. So I think I would let you know this is the property line and stuff like that. Then I talked to it and we're like, yeah, man, it's all good, no problem and stuff. That was the last house we were at before we got here to this one. See? And boy, one time the man them knock out the thing in like a couple of days and then put up this big old gazebo in the backyard, big family gathering and thing. I'm like, look at us, man. Look at us. It's like we just want to acquire things so we can show off on one another. And that's exactly what that Spanish man that did the video said. He said, we don't brag and show off on each other. When we get a step up the ladder, we pull another one up. When we get 1 foot in the door, we pull another couple of us in. That means I don't feel good having stuff by myself. I don't feel good going around the homies and around the family and acting like I'm the only one that made it. I want everybody to have it so we can all feel good like we all made it. That's the difference between us and y'all. Y'all look like y'all go get everything by yourself, then you keep it a secret how you got it, and then you try to brag and show off on your own, like, and that's not how we rock. Damn, if that wasn't true. I was like, at one point, me I listened to him and I said, boy, you know, so I can't get mad because I true the brother out there. It's true, I'm telling. I watch it right here in Florida. Them knock off a whole big house roof. My house roof just doing up. And my house roof costs over $10,000 to put on a new roof, you know. And me watch the man them come next door to my house, and in about 2-3 days, my money house roof gone, new roof. The one across the street gone, new roof. The one, and I'm adding just on my street alone, and I'm saying, Ross, 10,000 at a minimum, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, blood fire. The money I knock off about 40, 50,000 US dollar in a 1 week or 1 week and a half. And it's about a team of 6 of them, 7 of them. Them come, them bring them lunch, them, you know, play them little music, them go through them thing, and a beer good vibes whole day. Work hard, split the money, move on to the next project. When are we gonna wake up? When are we gonna wake up? We just want to be the one person with everything we show off, but everybody don't. Well, I'm better than you, because I have more than you. When we finally wake up, my friend, we're going to be something to behold. But until then, we'll be everybody else's footstool for the majority of the part because they understand something that we don't. Apparently, we're not grasping this. That's like that. I told you about the vlogger that sold 1 million t-shirts. 1 million t-shirts in 24 hours. 1 million t-shirts in 24 hours, and I think he was selling the t-shirts for like $20 or $30 a piece or something like that. Just some special t-shirt that he designed and made. And he sold 1 million of them in a 24-hour period on YouTube. I think his name is PewDiePie or something like that. PewDiePie, I think it was. But 1 million t-shirt at $30 a t-shirt, you do the max. That's half a t-shirt. We make t-shirt, you hear, me not like that design there. You could have done better than that. You want your little t-shirt them. One man, I hope you make little money out tight, but it look like you make nothing out tight neither. They rather sit and laugh, right? Then say, yo, SouFlo, you sell them t-shirt. Oh, how much you sell for t-shirt? No, stop, I'm not pay that, you know, t-shirt. That's too much. And it's too expensive. It's this, it's that, it's one bag of things. I the same rated printers when me got them go and then move 1 million units. Beer white people up on theme platform. That's just to show you how other people support their own versus how we support our own. And the funny thing is, when it's time for us to shell out our money to other people, we don't have a problem with it. We come brag about, oh, look for my red bottom shoes, the $600 shoes. The person who owns that brand don't give a damn about you or people that look like you. But you bragging and advertising and look like a big dummy car. You just pay $600 for a pair of shoes. And the brother over there, so we pay $45 for him shoes. Him $45 shoes actually look better than yours. Yeah, and the girl look for him. She's not looking at you, sir, in your $600 shoes. You say you still couldn't get the girls, and you still don't look better than nobody else. But you tell yourself, say you are elevated and you're better than because your hard earned 600. You know, me can do with $600. Eh? You know what I can do with $600? I have 6 kids. Use your imagination. You know what I can do with $600? Me, if you go take up $600, buy one pair of boots, for what? For who? How? Why? What's the sense, the motive in that? I don't care if I have $1 million cash sitting here. May we see $600 shoes and cut me eye deep. One long cut eye past that. They shell it out. They don't care. You know, and brag about it too. And make them brother over there so design him own thing. I say, yeah man, $100 for them. Oh God, blow out. Rich try to get rich overnight, brother. $100? Nah man, you have to come down off of that price, man. Nobody now buy them, that's too expensive. We need to wake up. I wasn't intent on starting there this morning, but it just flowed because this is SouFLoTV. No, not really. It just flowed because it just came to me. We need to wake up. I'm observing. I'm a student of life. I'm observing others. I'm bumping my toes or head and bruises and making my mistakes too, and then learning and correcting myself and then teaching from my errors. And I'm a student of life. We need to do better as a people on all friggin' levels, especially where it comes to everybody else. Do not put anybody else before theirs. We put everybody else before ours. I'm gonna left it right there, so I don't have nothing more to say. Just think about that. Anyhow, so this morning we're gonna talk about a couple of things, right? 4 ways to tell that you are being used, because this ties right into the whole Andre sentencing. I know a lot of y'all wanted me to go live yesterday. Come on, SouFLo, man, go live. The verdict, the sentencing, them give him 20 years on them Ross. Go live. No, me want to hear what you have to say about this, because you did say they're not gonna give him 20 years, and if they do or don't, we're gonna talk about it right here. Come back. Well, I stand corrected. The judge Ross him at 20, give him the max. But we're going to talk about that this morning. We're going to talk about what was said in court, what led up to him getting the max, 20 years, which I sort of but did not really see coming until the last part. And at the last part, I definitely see it coming, and I'm going to tell you why. And it was clear to everybody too, right? So we're talking about him and that and justice for Andre, and then we're going to talk about 4 ways to tell that you are being used, and then we're going to talk about an artist named Shenseea, because an argument is trending online right now that's called the rise and fall of Shenseea. When I see it, when I seen it, I said rise and fall. Shenseea fall? Well, all right. Me listen to the person who have some points and thing, and we're gonna get into all that. All right, and keep the morning festive. So let's start out with the Andre thing. Because I don't want to go too far with that one this morning, as far as I don't want to leave it for last. It was pretty intriguing. See? All right. So last day spoke Sherry 29, blah blah. Let me see exhibit. Ray. Somebody says, SouFLo, yeah, take your 10 pages and notes for morning, right? Because I look forward to that. I did. I see it here. About 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. Here we go. Judge did it so cool. Boy, Jane Ander. Let me start off by saying this. I don't want to be a hypocrite. And I'm going to take myself away. Y'all know how I do already. I argue on both sides of the fence. I take off the shoes from over here, so I can put my shoes on over here. So be in that person's place. How would I feel? Yeah, me that killer girl. Go back over here. So how would I feel? No, I would want justice for my daughter. Matter of fact, you and your 20 years can go to hell, because me a plot for you. Me a save money for you. Me want to dash you away, whether you do your 20 years or not. And I'm not leaving no vengeance to God. I did me one daughter. That's how I would feel. right? On both ends. So I'm able to argue on both sides. I had no dog in the fight. It is what it is. And I kept on telling people that our opinions didn't really matter. What mattered was what the jury decided and then what the judge said at sentencing, which was how it went. All other talk after that was just us talking online and being festive in the comment section. Some of us took it to heart and was, airing grievances out. Some people were triggered because them in our relationship before a man bust them ass and them feel like, yes, get him back. Get him back because same way Jimmy did beat up my cloth and we couldn't do him nothing. It's good to see one of these abusers go down. And so, it was one of those kind of things. Everybody had something invested in it somewhere along the line. End of the day, Andrine's aunt first testifies. She takes the stage. When I said this standing up, she takes the stage. The auntie from Canada. Right away, when the auntie took the stage, I said to myself, she understands the assignment, right? She depends some whole heap made up. Now, me's a man would pick sense out of nonsense. See, they had this discussion behind the scenes. The prosecutors already gathered the family up, and the prosecutor said, listen, this is your time to fire your shots off. This is your time to make your words resonate with the judge and resonate with everybody else that's in that room. But at the judge you talk to now, the jury has already made their decision, so you're not trying to impress the jury again, right? Jury don't get to make decisions twice. It's done. And the judge you talk to now, not even to him. So the letter that you're going to write that says the little girl said this, and then you took away my sister and you took away our close family member, and we trusted you and did any all of that. You want that to hit the heart of the judge. Talk up. All right. The auntie, she said a bunch of something and a bunch of nothing. She basically was trying to make Andrine look as good as and as holier than thou art as possible, and trying to make Andre look like, a demon that was abusive all along and that kind of stuff, which this was the perfect time to do it, right? The aunt should be charged with perjury, Audrey, right? You could tell there were times when she was lying. And, I was in the comment section over there. You could tell there were times when she was lying. She would say something and then another, like, for instance, she would say something then. Let's be specific. She gave an account of this one time where Andrine was driving and Andre supposedly had his hand in her face, right? And she called her. Now, you're driving, you're calling your auntie in Canada. Picture this, while the man have hand over your face. So we are Canada, yeah, make phone call, auntie, and she's like, I can hear it. And I was like, what's going on in the background and all these kind of things. Anyway, she's basically telling the judge like he's abusive. But check this. The man already spoke about that incident, and only 2 times in their 9-year marriage were they ever able to come up with anything that said him and her clashed to where he put hands on her. Twice in a 9-year marriage, right? And both times were questionable. The one time was with the hand in face that the auntie I talked about. It was the time when the brother said, listen, I just discovered the tattoos. See? And even she came back later and said it. She was like, so what? It's her body. She can put on tattoos. Everybody have tattoos. What kind of tattoo do I talk about? So what if it's somebody else's initial and birthday? That's not anything to be fighting over. I don't know one good woman that would have her husband coming at the house with him side chick or girlfriend name and sitting tattoo on him, and she can see it, and he says, yeah, our Rosaline date of birth this and our initial that, and we have the matching tattoos the same way. If you are look at the same way mine look, you like it, babe? And what you gonna say as a woman? Eh? So I'm watching the auntie, and I'm like, that woman here, she's here to sink him. So anyway, she said what she said. Them take her off at the stand and then move on. But you might think her words went nowhere. She even did the crying thing, which is smart of her to do the crying thing. I said in the comment section, I said, this is America. black women tears don't really too much mean nothing. You see, if you're a white woman, all you have to do is go, ras clot, everything burn up. But black women tears don't really mean nothing. But in that particular case, it did. At times, Andre should have cried when he didn't. Go back and look at my old video. I said they're going to come across, he's going to come across to everybody, including the judge, when it's time for sentencing as callous, because certain things that he was testifying about, he was showing no emotions while he was testifying about them. He said them casually. I think even my wife did her live. Go check out her video. And I heard her say the same thing, right? He was callous, as in you can't describe how you mutilated your wife's body, beat it with a hammer, lick her under her chin, broke her mandible with a hammer and all that, and just say it casually. You know, I wish I was his attorney, because me would have coached him through. Like, brother, right here, sir, you have to ball. Right here, sir, you have to. You can't just do no regular balling. I don't want, go to your dark place. Go to the worst thing that ever happened to you in life. Think about that while you're saying this to the jury and to the courtroom. And I want you ball so much that you break down to where you can't even finish what you're saying. That kind of stuff. Andre was like, yeah, and I did. I brought the wrong can. I was gonna burn the body, but I in the rush of trying to disguise all the evidence and stuff, I brought the wrong can with so I didn't have enough gasoline. Anyways, I poured it on the body and I lit the body on fire, and it burned, but the fire went out in like 5 minutes or 2 minutes. It didn't do what I wanted it to do, so. Only thing I had left out there with me was the hammer. So, I just started beating the body, and I'm like, this is where you cry, bro. Ball. Like, I was so angry. Oh, God, I was so nothing. All right, one tear, Andre, drop, right? No tears? No. The judge walk like this. The judge was taking notes like this. Emotionless. Absolutely no. Damn, so casual for such a cold thing. I'm gonna say, okay. Hold on there. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Morning, my general. Quick and fast.
Yes, brother, go through.
Just a tune him. Surprised with that sentence there still.
See, you're surprised with it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, in our last part, boy, I'm not surprised no more, because me did see how the judge did look on him. So, yeah, but we'll talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But me just tune in here talk about the whole crying part instead of crying.
Mm-hmm.
But we kind of understand why I'm not crying, because
me too. I'm not gonna get to it. Yes. Talk.
He's not emotional, and the fact that he get rid of the problem will put him to that level of frustration, and it's been 2 years. Him not gonna cry. But I understand when you are
saying.
Because the little tears would have softened the heart of the courtroom, you see me?
Them would have say him have a heart. Them would have say him remorseful. Yeah.
No matter how tough you as a man be, shedding little tears can help in any situation, brother.
True.
Quick story. When we not date my wife before we married, we have a little problem with my ex-girlfriend, you see me? I call him about our day away, the whole military thing.
Yeah.
And I couldn't make a decision between my girlfriend at the time and she. So she give me an ultimatum and say, yo, she gone. Brother, I fake ball and win back that, you know. You see what I say?
Can you make up your mind say that you want?
Yeah, man.
And you know say it will work.
We couldn't make you sleep, really and truly, it was a sore, giving up sore for unsure business, isn't it?
Yeah.
So and she determined say, yo, if me can't make up my mind, soon make it up for me. You see what I say that?
Yeah.
Yo, now for sure look to fake here, man. And after we married, me I confess to her, I say, yo, I'm not really bad, we're not bad, You couldn't make you leave, isn't it, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, yo, she love to like cook food right now.
All right, sir.
The thing is, she never see a man cry for her before. So that win her heart, isn't it, sir, brother? So, no matter how tough you are as a man, little tears can do little magic, isn't it, sir?
It's a good one that you tell. Yeah, it's a lesson that too.
Yes, man. So go and bless up yourself.
Man as my brother. A real talk, you know. A real talk. Sometimes we posture up real hard, you know, because we're a man. And it's like, you can't hurt me. I don't want nobody in yassa. You see? And you come across as cold and callous and uncaring and all these things. I guess, I don't know. It's weird because people want to see you cry. But in this particular, nobody not gonna see me cry like that. But in this particular case, though, Andre should have cried. When I go look for my other video, them, I said it. I said he should have cried. This brother, this way you should have cried. Me want to see tears. Nothing. John no star. That's one of the things I was like, that's gonna come back to haunt him, and it did. Let's get some things. Well, let's go ahead through the testimony. But let me say this before I forget. Please understand this. Andre won, regardless. You understand? He won, regardless. You know, see the man when he left. The man when he was leaving, threw up in peace sign yesterday, day before yesterday, after verdict read and everything. And then yesterday when he was leaving, he basically shuffled out of there with like a smile on his face or a smirk on his face. You know, he won. And this is how he won. He won because that would have otherwise been a murder conviction. A murder conviction that could have carried a life sentence. And if in front of that, the judge that him did go, he would have get life in prison. He won because it got dropped to manslaughter, which is a lesser charge, and he's looking at 20 years. We're going to talk about the 20 years, and I'm going to tell you why he won. Stick a pin. Hold on. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Hey, SouFLo.
Morning, family. Welcome.
Nothing today. I have a couple of points, right? So, first of all, this man married to Andre for over basically 9 years, right?
9 years, yes.
And she had never fought on him with prior. No pushing, no shoving, right? There's no record of any of that.
Any of what?
She abusing him or assaulting him physically.
As in record from where?
Yeah, like basically no police call to the residence.
But
there's nothing in the records to show that.
But there's nothing in the records to show that he ever did that either.
Exactly.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So you want to tell me that all of a sudden she got up on this night and fought on him? I do not believe the spit on story.
Well, I think she has spit on him long time, but you know, man just hold down certain things. If you see what goes on,
so.
If you know woman, so you must know. Somehow no toxic narrative, and run up in on a man's face, so no want to fight him. You know, I'm have to choke you and hold you down, you want to creep up in face. But we don't publicize these things.
I want you to think objectively, right? Just think about it.
I am thinking objectively. I'm actually thinking.
Of that.
There's no history because it was never told and documented.
Remember, I know. But he didn't even say that she has fought on him in the past either.
Who was he supposed to tell that to? Who was he supposed to tell that to, though?
Come on, SouFLo. This is my theory.
Right.
You see when he called the family member a couple of days before the court hearing to so-called confess. That was he laying the rope or the carpet for self-defense.
That was him laying. I think that was him laying you're right to a certain degree. Hold on. I think that was him laying the carpet, not for self-defense, but to come with a manslaughter charge. A manslaughter charge, as in it was a mutual fight.
It was for both.
Self-defense. Remember, I know self-defense different, you know. Self-defense different, you know.
It was both. So let me tell you something. I thought he and his team had a conversation, which they told him, "Hey, go ahead and call and do it."
Yeah,
so you can
definitely. I said that from the first video. Yes,
exactly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's why he came up with the spit on that caused the fight.
Well, me don't know because I wasn't there. I don't know because I wasn't there. And as far as I heard, she used to get up in her face all the time and all that. So,
but we never hear no spit on before.
Well,
so all of us have spit one time across the life. No, we don't think so.
Well, we don't know.
And then furthermore, another thing, right? I think you would have gotten away with the self-defense if he hadn't gone back and desecrate the body.
No.
And mutilate the body.
He wouldn't have.
I think so.
Yeah, I know you think so, but I'm telling you that he wouldn't have. That's what I think. And the reason why I think that he wouldn't have is because when this is where his mistake was. You see when they had the fight? Yeah. You see when he went upstairs and put Alana to bed? You see when he came back downstairs and he saw that she wasn't moving or anything? He should have jumped into a panic. Oh my God, 911, 911, help. Yeah. Right. From anything after that, he wasn't gonna get away. Once him did start, once he moved that body, carried gone out into the woods, undressed her, all that, straight downhill from there. He wasn't gonna get away.
I understand that, but that still could be used as panic after the fact. You understand? But because you go back and beat the body and hammer the body and all that stuff, it's no longer self-defense.
No, that don't have nothing to do with self-defense because he's beating a dead body. So what are you self-defending? No, in the state of Texas, go look it up. In the state of Texas, mutilation of a corpse, the max you will get is 3 years in prison and a $5,000 fine or less.
Okay.
That's it. So you can literally go out there with a machete and chop up a dead body, and they'll give you 3 years for mutilating a corpse and fine you up to $5,000 or less. So that wasn't it. The minute that he moved her from where she was at and started trying to do this cover-up thing and start lying and start deceiving and stuff, it showed something else, right? And and that's all. He couldn't walk away. There was no way he was gonna get away. If he had left her right where she was at and called 911 and was hysterical and oh my God, and he probably could have walked from this.
Yeah. She was a bad girl though. She was a bad girl.
Yeah, every time I say it, I don't want to add insult to injury because I try to be on both sides of the thing, you know. And I see how her father hurt, and I'm a father of girls as well. Yo, me that kill people, you know. Me no business if my daughter dirty and bad and whoring me and murder people, you know. I'm not taking it like that because it's my daughter. I'm sorry, but I have to say it. But she did wrong in a lot of ways. God knows.
I know, but she was wrong. I agree with you with that, but she did not deserve it. He does not deserve to be where he's at. I know the child is suffering.
Yeah, it's a chain of events that led up to something catastrophic, and we can't ignore the chain of events, and then you see the outcome. Honestly, the real victim in this. It will be yes. She's suffering all ways around. You know, grown people made a decision to do some frigged up things between themselves. That relationship was toxic a long time ago. That's why there's a lesson in it for all of us. Get the hell away from your toxic ass relationship because you keep on thinking it's not gonna happen to me. It's not gonna happen to me until it happens to you.
Yeah. I know, peace of mind is priceless.
Yes.
But you also have a lot of men too with the mentality that they built these women. Because so I built you, so if I can't have you, nobody else can.
Well, if you look at this, that's a whole different topic. Because if you look at that's a whole different topic. If you look at this case, that doesn't apply. What applies to this case is being ungrateful. What applies to this case is being deceptive and being disrespectful to somebody who actually invested a whole lot in you. Now, this notion that people have, both women and men, that people will invest in you, time, finances, and everything like that, and you have the right to just disrespect them, treat them like doo-doo, walk away, walk all over them, and then there shall be no consequences because it's my life, and that's wrong. And whatever happens after, you have the right to leave. You do, so leave and leave quickly. Don't. Yeah, but you never leave quickly.
What quickly?
Quickly quickly as today. No, it's not, my friend. Quickly as today. Pack one bag, call your side man that you have already. I'm coming over and I'm never going back and go right over there and don't go back. That's leaving quickly.
No.
Don't stick up. Don't be
6 months.
No, that's not. No. And that's where people dead. That's right there where people dead. God no. Big up yourself here.
Yeah.
All right. John, we have to text here thing like joke sometime, but God, we have to talk truth, right? Some people don't like me because I speak the truth raw, but in life, one of the best things you can do, I've learned, is to just speak the truth, man. Run head on into truth, and whoever hears it because I, at least you know you spoke the truth. It's truthful, you know what I'm saying? Don't bother wait around. That 6 months what you talk about, 1 year is quickly. No, quickly is right now. Leave now. Once you know you start deceive that person who is investing so much in you, it can go terribly wrong. Terribly wrong. You see, in life we have the right, to live how we feel like we want to live. Cause my life, I want to live my life. But here's the thing. You hurt people in the process, right? And that's fine. So what if I hurt him? I don't care. Okay, that's fine. Guess what? He has the right to process his anger and seek revenge if he feels like it, because they hurt deep. Now we don't know, and we don't have a measuring stick for how much backlash you're gonna get from that action that you have just perpetuated against this person. You understand? So the best thing to do is don't hurt people. And if you feel like you're in a relationship where you have to be deceptive, sound is off, yes? My sound off? If you feel like you're in a relationship where you have to be deceptive, tell me if my sound off. Y'all can hear me? Jane Anders says sound off. Veronica, anybody real talk, because he shouldn't have come back home that night, Holiday Inn. All right, I can hear. All right. Yeah, the real thing about life is this, man. You have the right to do what you want. Do live your life. If you want to go drive, crash at high speed and mash up yourself, that's all good. Here's what you don't have the right to do. You don't have the right, after you hurt people, to tell them how to respond to you hurting them. You know what I'm saying? So what? Me did I cheat on you? So what? I was thieving out all the money we work and save and stuff, and I give to my side man, or planning a life with him. So what? I do this. So what? I do that. Okay, you did that. So what if me chop off your ass head, you know? So what if me mutilate your body? So what if me... Now everybody is gonna jump in. Oh my God, you shouldn't have, and this and that. You could have just left. Y'all, we're human beings. Y'all know some people process stuff. No matter how you hurt them not doing nothing but them gone about them business. Others, you hurt them, just expect to get hurt. And some people hurt you back a little bit. Some people say bun for bun. Some people say I murder you in here. Some people say, you know, is there different degrees of who you get with. All right. Perception should have said, speak up. Why? Black Goddess Henry, I am so agree with you. Andrew's family was using him, and all right, we're gonna talk about that. So Jennifer Applewhite testifies next, special ed teacher at the elementary school, and she testifies what she does. Everybody have to come on the stand and talk about what they do for a living, how they pertain to this case. What's your expertise? Are you qualified? Yes, she has a master's degree in this and that. Her day-to-day activities, working with children who have issues, to help them to perform as if they are normal as possible, right? And then Elena, the little girl, she said Elena was bright. She was actually ahead of all the other children that were autistic, right? She made the kids laugh. She was pleasant to be around. She was used to be a kind of funny kind of little girl. And that she came to school that particular day, they asked her about. And she said when Elena came to school that day, Elena came to school looking messed up, which they had never seen her look like that before, because, you know, her hair used to be properly braided all the time. They used to put different colors that coordinated with her outfit into her hair, bubbles and clip on them, kind of something there. And her outfits used to always be coordinated and well. Now she used to look like people picnic who have money, right? So one time them see her that day, They were like, yo, it's cold outside. Where's her sweater? She doesn't even have a sweater. She's not dressed properly for this weather. Where's her lunchbox? She usually bring, the lady says she usually have an abundance of snacks choices. She never have nothing with her that day there, and she was like, this is very off, right? So she came to the school that day disheveled, not matching, no snacks, no bag, no jacket, all this stuff. Now, after this day, they asked her, what did you observe about her after this day? And she said, okay, cause Andrea used to still dress her up and send her to go to school, right? But he wasn't doing what he was doing before. For the people who said it was Andreen that used to always dress her for school, no, it wasn't, because Andreen was at the gym at 5 a.m. every morning, right? And then Andreen went to work. She would leave gym, shower from gym, go run these facilities. They had 3 and was opening a 4th one, and she was the main person in charge of all of those facilities. So he would wake up and dress her and beard her, dress her, feed her vitamin C, he said, and stuff, and walk her to our bus, put her on the bus and stuff like that. The man must have losing mind in there now, so he's not doing all the things he used to do. He's sending her out the house looking wrong. After this day, the teacher said that she was no longer herself. After the day where she come disheveled, the next day, and after, she was no longer herself. She would start to act up. She would fight other students. She was throwing rocks at other kids. One of the teachers told her, hey, don't do that. And she took the rock and stuffed the rock in her mouth. Andre was the one to dress her. I already said that on all that, because there was a conversation going on at the bottom of the, in a comment section where people were still twisting the narrative like the man that never do nothing. He never care about him that. I was Andre that did everything. He didn't own nothing. He didn't do nothing. He was just a lump on a log. He was there, and that was it, right? Which isn't the narrative, actually. Now, Andrene's mother, Hyacinth Maureen Smith, she gets up to testify. The lady basically says what, and when the lady was testifying, I started getting a feeling like this little girl might have actually was not left in the house that night. There was a part in Andre's testimony where he said, me can't be biased enough. There was a part in Andre's testimony where he said he left her in the house by herself. And he went to go dispose of the body because he didn't want her to be wake up and see our mother dead in the house. No, me think him carry her with him. That might explain why she started fling rocks at other kids and tried to fight the other kids and stuffing the rock them in her mouth. She saw some shit. Pardon my language, but she saw way more than just mommy on the floor downstairs, and that part right there kind of broke my heart. I was like, damn, his testimony was how he heard the footsteps coming. So by the time she came down the stairs, he went up to go put her to bed and left her mom there. I don't think that was the case. I think that little girl saw them fight. I think she also saw the ending of the fight. And I think she also went with her dad to go dispose of her mom's body, frigged up her little mind, and she totally became somebody different. That part there, I honestly feel like that happened, But yeah, his attorneys are going to be like, that's any good attorney's job is to get my client off or get him the least sentence possible. Will be unto you lawyers and doctors. So his attorneys are going to say, listen, we can't put that in there, because your ass is that's going to be murder plus. All right. Andrene's mom comes up to testify. She says she has 2 children, and she's been taking care of the granddaughter, Elena. They asked, where's Elena? Who's taking care of her? She said she's been taking care. Listen, everything fell apart after that. This is where you get the answer to where's the house. What happened to them big fancy house where them did have another community there? What happened to their 3 businesses locations and the 4th one they was opening, and the one where Andrene did open the LLC with, and what happened to the whole of them money, and what happened to this and that? Okay. Andrene's mom comes and she says, they asked her, how many children you have? She says 2. She's been taking care of Elena, she said, since this whole thing happened. And she says Elena cried almost every day when her mom was missing first, right? About the first year, she said the little girl cried almost every day. Now, if you have a heart as a person, I don't care what you feel in this. So judge is sitting at this point and watching him, and the judge is saying, damn, he usually, tear up a little bit if anything is said about his daughter. No emotions. He was just like this. To hear that my daughter was crying every day would gut me. I mean, with a ball like baby. Even though me probably happy to me kill the girl, but me with a ball like baby for hear some my daughter is left crying every day for a whole year. That's traumatizing. See? Yesterday, give you an example. My wifey pick up my daughter in here, Melania, and she was taking her to go sleep, right? Get her midday nap. And my daughter is at the stage now where she know how to manipulate daddy. Me not lie. And she wins every friggin' time. Because I can't not do it. I have a soft spot for my little girl. So when our mother take her when out of this office space area, come in and do some work. Here, my daughter. She says, Daddy, please help me. She's 2. Help me, Daddy, please. Me go take her. I said, go with mommy, change your diaper and come. And me go take her from her. I couldn't do it. I couldn't just sit here and say, okay, baby, go. And she look on her little brother, Kai. Me say, me I keep Kai with me, because me I go lay down to and get some sleep. But more, her mom to put her to sleep on her regular routine like she normally does. And she was like, brother, help me. Kai, help me, please. Daddy, please help me. Damn. So something that simple tear me up to the point where I'm going to get my daughter. So I can't imagine somebody telling you to your face, I've been taking care of her since this whole thing went down between you and the mom. She asks for her mother almost every day. She cried every single day. She's stressed. She started picking her skin, breaking her skin open. She wasn't doing well in school anymore. Remember, the teacher testifies that she was the high functioning student, like ahead of all the others. Even though she was autistic, she was ahead of all the others, right? She wasn't talking in sentences and all that, but she was more communicable than all the other children in there, ahead of them, right? And now she's like way behind. She's no longer social. Things she has seen happen to her mom affected her, and she's still getting treatment to this day, is what Andrine's mom said. She's almost okay now. Years later, she's almost okay now. But in the early part, for like the first whole year, it was crying every day. It was picking her skin open. It was, and the man sit down so. And again, the camera panned, and I seen the judge rock back like this, and pick up him pen again, and did this. And I said, yep, that's gonna hurt him too. That's another time I'm like, Andre, cry, tears, something. Look remorseful at least. Give them the sad puppy eye. Hold on your head, something. No, the man I steer straight up. So I look at everybody like, at some point it looked to me like Andre wasn't even there no more. Let's be honest. At some point it looked like he zoned out. He wasn't there anymore. He was like, let's get on with this. Me no son no gonna max me. Give me what you give me. Go about my business and start my stuff right now. Rajani, thank you. I appreciate you. Rajani says he's institutionalized now. No more crying. Well, that's not how institutionalized works, though. Institutionalized, you would have to be in an institution for a certain period of time, and then you become institutionalized to the routines of that institution. So him not even gone in there yet. I don't think him institutionalized. He did some time before, but he was in jail holding. He wasn't in prison. You see me? I think he just zoned out. I think he accepted his faith and he zoned out. He's probably already seeing years ahead and planning years ahead. So it's like, I just got to get over this obstacle. I got to wake up every day with a positive attitude towards myself. I got to put on beast mode because I'm going to have to survive in this hole right here, this prison. You don't know how prison go, right? And then all this other stuff. The mom also said that there was no money that was coming in like before. Before they were living pretty good. Money was not a problem. Ever since this incident, no money now coming in. The sister started working at the cable company. You know, they had to go pick up odd jobs. She's not working. Andre not giving us any money towards Elena, she said. And she spoke of Andreen and raising Andreen and how she had to sell our bedroom set one time to get Andreen to pay her school fee for college in Jamaica. Now, the father is giving a different testimony. So I get a vibe I got from the father and the mother was that them two there, them not really like that. Andre's mom and her dad. They had a child together, but you know, they're there for their child, but them not really cool like that. Because when he spoke of her, he kind of spoke that, yeah, Maureen and something and something. But he didn't really, there's no affection towards her there. It's not like we broke up, but we're still cool. I got that vibe. So the part where she said that there was no money coming in, Andre is not giving us any money for the little girl, Elena. His lawyers got up and pull out a folder and start talking finances. Now, we're going to talk about that in a second. She said she sell our furniture, bedroom, nice bedroom furniture set, gave the money to Andreen to continue college, but they couldn't keep up with the payments. So at one point, Andreen actually had stopped going to school, right? And I think it was somewhere around that time she met Andre, because he went to Jamaica for a funeral, right? So that's why he was stressing to her, like, after he met her, like, yo, I think you need to go back to school. See? And I'll pay for it. Trust me, SouFLo, 30 days in a jail change you. Rajani, yeah, I know, 30 days in jail change you, but you're not institutionalized. Okay? Anyhow, but couldn't keep up payments. The mother testified, and Andre and Andreen, now them ask her, did you ever see Andre and Andreen have any fights? You know, did they ever come to any disagreement that got so out of hand that they began fighting or anything? The mom said there was this one incident where they were fighting downstairs. I heard loud noises, big argument, right? Loud voices. And then Andreen ran up the stairs because she was upstairs. And Andreen ran up the stairs. And Andre ran up the stairs behind her and pushed her on a bed where the baby was laying. There was a friend that was visiting that had a small child with them. And again, this is the other incident that he spoke of. This is the two time me I telling about. One time where he was telling her after he discovered the tattoos, Panar, let me out of the car. Yo, you know what? I don't even want to be in the same car with you. First, he said I didn't want to sit in the front seat next to you. I'll ride in the back. The next thing was argument, still a go on. He was like, you know what? Let me out. No one come out of that car. Let me out. Pull over. Let me out. She not pulling over. She not letting him out. And then I argue, and it end up with hand in her face and all that. Get her to stop the car. Got out. The second one was this. He tried to speak of this in the courtroom, but they wouldn't let him. See, the prosecution wouldn't let him. Listen, we don't need to hear all that. I just need to know, blah, blah, blah. Is it yes or no? And he kept saying, yeah, but I can tell you the whole story, right? And he said, I got kicked in the back. So Mummy never see them fight. And for all the years she lived with them, that's the only incident she could have bring up. She never saw them fight. She heard rumblings downstairs and loud voice and cuss her, fuck you too, blah, blah, blah. Batang, blang, bang, and our daughter run up the stairs and my boy run up the stairs back her and push her. He didn't thump her in her face. He never kick her, lick her down. So Andre was trying to tell them in court when he was testifying, that particular incident, she kicked me in my back. We were arguing and I turned my back to her and I was walking away. She kicked me in my back and I turned around and was chasing her. She ran up the stairs. I ran up the stairs behind her and I pushed her when I got up there. She fell on the bed next to the baby. Yeah, whatever. And them skip past it. But Mommy couldn't come up with anything else. She couldn't come up with anything else. Yep, there was this one other time where I noticed he was and then there was this one, nothing. So she wasn't expecting that from Andre. to kill our daughter, she said. Whatever it was, Andre, that y'all had, I always thought that y'all could work it out. God knows, I didn't expect this from you, is what the mom said. Mom could only remember one incident. Andreen had her ways, is what the mom described her as. Andreen had her ways. Now, I don't know what kind of ways this is, but that's pretty telling, right? Andre established a trust for Elena, and there is lots of money in there in that trust for her. Now, I don't know how that trust they are gonna work out and all that, but he obviously, you remember after he did his little time and got out on bail, I think he took that time to put his finances in order, right? Liquidate some asset, let go off of something and make it just go down the drain, because him already started planning that there's no way I'm gonna walk from this. So I gotta start putting some things in order. So when the lawyer jump up and says, oh, so you're not getting any money, okay, blah, blah, blah. People were making fun of the mom in the comment section. Wait there. Ignorance still are keeping 2023. People still can't read and all these things. My friend, there are legal documents out there and financial documents that we can't read. No matter what kind of degree we have or how much school we go, it just looks foreign to us when we see it. You understand? Plus, she's an older lady, as in this is not of her generation. So see, I see all these papers for trust that was opened up and money invested, blah, blah, blah. She don't know what the hell all that is, right? So you're ridiculing this woman when, I mean, people can be so callous, man. If there's one thing you couldn't hold against her, is that. Anyway, the lawyer asked her, the lawyer said, do you remember Miss Brown agreed to sign the paperwork on your behalf? And she says, yes, that I do remember. So it kind of looked like, say, some paperwork got signed with her consent, but she never know what did I get signed. You understand? She didn't know what was getting signed. At this point, somebody jump in. SouFlo, go and help your kids. Your wife needs your help. One girl they in there talk all kind of something about me or something. She was begging for me to call her name, and I wouldn't call her name the whole time. So she talked the most derogatory things and whatever. For those of you who were on the live, you saw it. But it's funny because while she talked that, my wife come in here, come give me a plate of food. While me there, so I watch the live and taking these notes I'm taking. So I'm saying to myself, look how my life good doing, and look how them people are stressed out. Me get up, go work, me come back, me go gym, me come back, me pick them, carry them, go up park, me come back. Nothing to do with wife. Wife go on a gym, go work on her like a sexy body, all these things. When you worry about people life too much and think you got people figured out when you don't. Remember me tell you this. Anything me want you to know is what me tell you, right? Anything other than that, you don't know. Ask me. She in there talking about me have 6 baby mother and how many children and this and which one me did cheat pan and all this. I'm like, look at this clown. And this don't have nothing to do with nothing, right? But just for the record, because there were people in there that were gravitating towards that type of information and getting excited and egging these people on, somehow I never have no daddy were raised, you know. None of my children can say that. They have a very involved dad. Protector, provider for real. My children are actually spoiled, right? And have too much of everything, actually. So, but I just want to put that out there. Like, stop criticizing people who are probably actually doing way better than you are. And it was so irrelevant to what was taking place. So we get right back on topic now. Rosemary Cortez takes the stage and she testified. Me as a stage instead of standing up because it was a show. She takes the stage. Senior Clinical Director of Children's Shelter in San Antonio, a trauma center for kids who have seen or witnessed trauma. She's the person who's been treating Elena since August 13th of 2019. She started treating Elena from that day. She explained how a child ends up in her care. She explained that the child is not just regular children we take, and we don't take children who been through just a little bit of stuff. We take like the worst of the worst cases. We take children who have experienced deep trauma and are really in a place where they're hurting, right? And that's who we take into our care. One-on-one counseling is provided, and she explains how working with Elena when she first came in was. Remember, the teacher already explained how things changed for the poor little girl, you know. You know, this hurt me. This hurt me because when I see grown people make decisions and don't even think about their children. You know, if you have kids, that's the first thing that should always be in the forefront of your mind. If you feel like you want to thump the mother in her face, think about your children. If you feel like you want to frig upon your husband and have side man, think about your children. People say children don't hold relationships together. The sad shit is children should hold those relationships together. It's the biggest incentive to do right. It's the biggest incentive to try harder. It should be the children. You understand? So I don't know what we get off on this thing about picking a whole man again and children not keep nobody and all this. And them should not keep you. And them to make you go home at your yard when you did that thing to go somewhere else. It's them will make you try harder. But I know some not even like how she talk to me. I feel like just up in that place and stop the wall of this and yeah, but if I do that, then I damage my relationship, and then my children go that way, she go that the way, there, me over here, so it, you know, like no thought is put into that. I don't respect adults like those. So you see these grown people relationships that we so casually jump into and jump out of. God no, me thank God to me, I'm maturing and I'm learning and I'm actually taking time to slow down and learn and stop certain things and flex a certain way different. Listen, these relationships we jump so casually into, they require hard work. If you're not going to put in the hard work, stay single. Single is beautiful. You don't have to answer to nobody. Stay single. But don't go out here and tell yourself, oh, I'm going to build a family and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Enough people mash up them relationship. It's simple and nothing, you know. It wasn't like them partner abused them, I beat them up or nothing like that. Is I'm getting bored and just, you know, I'm falling out of love with him. Suddenly everything when him say, me not like it no more. Everything where she said, me not like it no more and it's offensive. It's because your spirit wants to go. Your mind has already started planning your exit. So anything them say, all the stuff we used to funny before, in a funny no more. All the stuff we used to just brush off easily, baby, you play too much. You not brush that off no more. A big argument over them, there's something they know. You know, you put your children first all the damn time. That's what makes you a good person. Yeah. If you have children out there, I said it yesterday, I'm gonna say it again. If you have children out there and your children's needs, wants, there are not priority before anything else, you're a shitty parent. Point blank and period. I mean, I don't care what nobody else want to tell you, say and boost up your head. That's your reality. Hold the title of shitty parent until you can fix yourself. You see it? Because one time them people are talk about this little girl and a man, I'm like, damn, these two adults couldn't work their stuff out. Look who the real victim is. So this behavioral counselor at the shelter and the trauma center, she explains how a child ends up with her, explains how working with Elena was. Andre's lawyer jumps up and he objects. And there were people in the comment section saying, why wouldn't he want the rest of us to hear like how she is? Because it was sentencing time and it would look really bad on him. The impact, these were impact statements. The impact on the judge hearing over and over the traumatization of this child, the trauma she has to live through, how much she's affected, how it's changed her as a little person, and the possibilities of this staying with her for her entire life and her never being 100% normal, etc. On top of the fact that she was already an autistic child. All that, the liar, them a jump up quick and nothing. Objection. That's why they were jumping up. They didn't want that impact to hit hard. See? On one hand, counseling explains how working with Elena was. So, all right. She also explained that Elena came to her with autism. She have children that don't have autism but have experienced traumatic events. She says Elena now was a double diagnosis because she came to her with autism plus PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder, diagnosed from what she has witnessed. She explains trust-based intervention, exhibiting behavioral changes at school, crying like a baby. She said Elena used to cry like a baby, like literally go wah, like wah. I wrote me write it down exactly like that, which shows regression in development, right? If your child is 4 and them act and do the 4-year-old things, milestone things, and then something traumatic happens and your child starts acting like 2 again, the child goes back into diapers. The child goes back to wetting themselves when they were potty trained before. The child goes now to a kind of behavior that is disruptive and that kind of stuff. And the child goes back like they forgot all their words. It was a struggle to get her to try to speak in sentences or respond. Traumatic event like this, she forgets all her words. So she's back to being low functioning on the autistic spectrum, can't communicate verbally, so she acts it out physically, fighting her teachers, jump on them and attack them, fighting the other kids that come around her, all these other stuff. Just to see how hear these testimonies from these professionals of how this baby have had to process through some friggery that 2 adults couldn't get their shit together and caused on her. That part there just gripped me in a way where I was like, God damn, man. Rough. So she says we provide supportive interaction. She spoke in broken pieces. So it was over a year later. And then after a year of intense therapy with her, she was able to speak in more of a sentence. Like she won't speak like how I'm speaking now, but she can string a sentence together and she can communicate better now. Now she's able to dialogue quite nicely, is what the lady said. These therapies, though, they're not free. They're not free. Somebody have to pay for them. And this is at the same time when the mom, Andrine's mom, is saying, we don't have no money and we're not getting any money. And whatever we have, did I run out? The first 4 months, first 4 weeks, 1 month after Andrine's passing, I got $1,000 a week from Andre, 4 weeks in a row. I got $4,000 in that 1 month, and that was that. Never get no more money again after that. So the judge, his lawyers were showing the paperwork that money is there, right? Kaz Robinson says, SouFlo, why you make people bait you? Nobody bait me, my friend. It's all entertainment for me, actually. So it's good conversation and it's good for you to hear. So it's a part of the material. Nobody baits me. Let me tell you something before I go any further. Asking about why I make people bait me. When me switch this off, this no have no bearing upon my life. When you see me out the road, me in a life mode. You understand? I pick up kids from school, basketball, football practice in the evening. What time them I come home? 7 o'clock, me I get called, Dad, we're done, come get us, this, that. And I give 2 damns about all this and what people say online. See? So just enjoy it and just roll with the flex. That's how it is. Now, her dad, Andrine's father, he testifies next. He talks. He talks about where she grew up, like she grew up in Portland, what kind of child she was. And the dad says that she was the best child that any dad could want, the best child that any parent could want. 2004, he said when he left Jamaica that Andrine was still in college in Jamaica. The mom said that she sold her furniture to help Andrine pay her college bills. The dad said him used to send money from England to pay her college bills. Him used to send it to Western Union. And he returned to Jamaica every single year after he left for England. So him and his daughter was really close. So I wonder how come she stopped go college when the mom said after she sell the bedroom set, them couldn't afford the college thing no more. Money did run out, so she did stop go school. But the dad testimony says he sent money for her school from England on a regular basis, and he came home back to Jamaica every year. See? All right. Some discrepancies there, but let's get to the other part. She transferred to college in the USA. They asked them, so what was your daughter's educational background? What did she want to study? Did she continue school after that? They were basically trying to establish that she was an educated person herself, and she was always in pursuit of school. and higher education and stuff like that, right? So I don't know, little Krebe Buguyaga that Andre picked up and tried to turn into somebody, and things went sour. She had her own thing going, and she had ambitions as well. See, yeah, he helped her along the way, but she had ambitions of her own as well. He just facilitated, which any good husband would do, right? All right. Now, she transferred to a college in the USA, he said, and she was going to the USA back and forth before she even met Andre. And Daddy said he used to send money to help her then. She was studying business. So she used to come to the US before she met Andre. So it wasn't Andre that made her fly out for the first time. It was he who filed for her and got her to come here and stay here permanently and put on green card status and all that other stuff, where she wasn't a visitor and she had an expiration date and she had to leave in a couple of months. Him changed that with the marriage and the filing for his spouse, right? All right. Her plan was to use Maureen. This is how he described her, Maureen, her mother. Her plan was to use Maureen. I don't know, his choice of words were kind of off. Use Maureen. Because, you know, in the questioning cross-examination phase of this trial, the defense attorneys pretty much tried to paint a picture like Maureen was being used. You know, anybody call out, she would send the mom go fill that space. Plus the mom worked a regular employee hours, and she couldn't say no to fill in the space when somebody else call in. Hey, you have to go do a double today. I'm sorry, but you have to stay out. You know, so she did 8 hours here. Somebody call in her next facility on the night shift. She have to go over there and fill in that place there. Plus, she was responsible for cleaning their house, and she was responsible for taking care of the child whenever she was around. So it was like a lot on the mummy herself. So the lawyer had asked her, was this the deal that you made with Andreen and Andre, like you were gonna come here and take care of all this stuff and in exchange for living here, bills and rent free or whatever? And she says yes. Remember that. Anyhow, the dad said that his daughter's plan was to use Maureen, her mom, as her first employee and as the babysitter. And she said back then she want to live like the Chinese people. She said, Daddy, you notice the Chinese people, them when them have business like a Jamaica, you notice how them live upstairs and then them have them shop downstairs. So my vision for a healthcare facility or a long-term care facility or whatever, I want to live like upstairs and then take care of patients downstairs or something like that, right? And the dad said, yeah, that's a good idea. She used to speak to kids. She used to encourage kids to, and she used to volunteer and feed the homeless. She used to spend her own money to take trips, to go speak to children, to motivate children and these kind of things. He would speak to her every Friday. They spoke more often, but Friday was a religious thing for them. Friday is when we check in. Mommy and daddy, daughter and daddy check in on Fridays. Did you know Andre and did you speak to him? They asked the father. And the father and prosecutor speak about improper relationships. Now the father said, yes, I knew Andre very well. We spent time together. We had lots of fun together. You know, I spoke to him. You know, did you speak to him on the phone or is this text messages or face to face? He said no, face to face, because he would come visit from England and he would stay at their house as well, right? Father and prosecutor speaks about improper relationship Andre had with a staffer. Now they're still trying to bring up he must have been cheating too somewhere. Remember, I know them dig up this man phone metadata style that regular people can't get that information. They still found no traces of anything. Maureen, which is Andreen's mother, had witnessed Andre at one of their facilities, Starlight Home, fraternizing with one of their employees there. So you know, Maureen being mother to the daughter, I say, I don't want him play my daughter like that, you know. I wonder if him in here sleep with the employee then. So she went being messy and told her, the Andreen's father, I think that Andre is having relations with one of the girl them that work at the facility. He took it upon himself now to confront Andre about it. You sleep with one of the girl them over there because, you know, Maureen, so she see some things where, you know, she a kid look like. And he said, Maureen should mind her own business, basically. Now, I don't know why that turned bad, but Maureen should mind her own business. Like, me, if you see me out here being nice to people, I don't like you catch me a ruko. It's not like you catch the girl or ride me or nothing. You didn't catch us kissing, you didn't catch us holding hands, touching up each other or anything like that, right? I'm being polite to people that we work with. These are our employees. Okay, some people are flirty. I'm not going like on a flirt all the time to maybe on a wink. I don't know where she see, but she got tell the man say she have an inclination that Andre is having sexual relations with one of the employees. Him confront on behalf of his daughter. The man said, Mommy, for mind our business. They might have used that against him. All right. All hearsay and at this point, right? Because nothing was proven. Last day he spoke to his daughter, they asked him, and he said what the last day was, and then his testimony ended. And I said to myself, when the daddy testimony ended, what was the point of his testimony? Because everything himself did say already before this was victim impact statement time, and him really never give nothing where impactful, you know. But I guess that's daddy's personality, you know. I'm just cool, calm, and collected kind of guy. My grandfather was like that, so I can't say. But there was a woman on there called Sherry Reedy, and I call her Sherry Reedy the racist. First of all, y'all notice that for the people, this I don't know if you never depend the live. There was one white woman in the on the live. And the one white woman out of everybody else of color in there on the live. You have CJ, a person named CJ in the comment section. CJ was begging a friend. Kind of like the typical person, black people that will side with others just to get rid of you kind of thing. All right. The first time I spoke to this lady, the lady asked me a question. Me asked her a question. She said, she made a statement and she said, Andre said, all this is Andrine's fault. So I said, damn, how come I never hear him say that? She says, yes, he did. I said, can you timestamp when he said it so I can go see it, right? That's all I'm waiting for is like timestamp it so I could go see it. Next thing I know, I'm getting called out my name. Yeah, and I don't talk with fools like SouFLo. So I said, so somebody just asked you to refer back to where you got that information from. My audience, I always tell them what my sources are. So if them can go look it up themselves, so they don't go around saying, oh, SouFLo is making this up. This can't be true, right? If they ask me where I got it from, I tell them. And usually I volunteer the information anyways. I read it out of the Gleaner. It was printed this day. I'm reading it out the Star. I'm reading it from here, from there, from this website, that. That's all you had to do. How is it so easy for you to call me out my name when all I asked you to do was timestamp it? I said, you know, I feel like you wanted to use the N-word because you probably use the N-word in your private life. You know, when you talk about people like us, those people, you probably use the N-word. But of course, she had two little minions, slaves. Yes, a massa running all up and down the comment section with her. And that's the reason why I told the people yesterday who were in that comments that I was going to address that today so them understand what that was about. See, it's one little racist white woman. I remember me tell you this. Them women they don't care about we are those people. Some of them don't care about us. They come to see that not justice that for them. Them want to see a black man go to prison. Him a criminal from day one. Forget that he went to school. Forget that he had lived a stellar life before all this happened. Forget that all that he was born a criminal and that criminal needs to go in a prison and all that. You're a criminal from your baby to enough of them. See? So she came at me with that attitude and just called me out of my name randomly. And I actually said to her, I says, this isn't 1863. We can actually ask you guys questions now without being punished for it. So can you please just timestamp the video? I still haven't called you out your name. Just timestamp, tell me where in what video so I can go see it. Seems really personal to them. Them not care, my friend. Trust me. Anyway, Andre at this point is handed over to the state. Exhibit 60, 61, 62, 63, 65. There is an objection on those. We don't know what those are. Andre's lawyers asked for time to get things together, to include, have the family come to speak on his behalf, because they were in the comment section again clowning. Damn, he must not be a good person. Look, he doesn't even have one friend that can come up here and testify about his character. And I said, military officials already testified about his character, a stellar person he was. He's the kind of person to be calm under pressure when everybody else is freaking out. He's the kind of person that navigates and gets you out of the worst problems when you think there's no way out. That's how they testified about him. What more testimony y'all want? And then they jump in the comment section. Okay, but those are your workers, your boss, not his friends. And I said, most military people who make the military a career, their co-workers are their lifetime friends. They don't have a bag of civilian friends outside. Me don't have a bag of civilian friends. I don't, matter of fact, I don't have none. I don't have not one civilian friend. So I'm going from a personal point again, right? Yeah. Nah, I just evil and I have no friend. And everybody knows I'm evil, so nobody now gonna come testify for him and all this other stuff. Okay, whatever. All right. They actually asked for more time so they can get this together and get these things in place. The judge already, and when the judge did that, the judge already was like, nope, steamroll it, let's keep going right ahead. So tomorrow we'll meet at blah, blah, blah. I say, yep. This judge looked like he's going to hit him hard. Andre's lawyer in the end speaks before the sentencing. He was trying to minimize the sentence. He was basically coaching the judge. He was reminding the judge. He was like, Your Honor, I want you to remember that this man is a stellar U.S. member, a member of the U.S. Air Force, our military, and he's rose to the rank of major, and he this and he that and all this other stuff, and has no priors, not even a traffic ticket. The man record clean like whistle, and this and that. You know, I'm trying to nice up the judge, and I tell, but he's trying to remind the judge that this was not, he was not convicted of murder, Your Honor. The jury took their time, they deliberated, they bounced this back and forth. They came up, they had a choice. They could have said this was murder. They didn't. They didn't see murder in it. So under law, it is fit that you dole out your sentence to him, but not hit him with the max, because he has nothing in his record prior to this that would have warranted him getting maxed out. We're at the end of this. The judge says, you are cold, you're callous. I watched you. I watched you the entire time. From day one, you were on your phone a lot of the times. When it came time for you to describe certain things, which I would have thought were things like, oh my gosh, like hitting the body, beating the body with a hammer. There was absolutely no emotions shown in you. I think the only time I actually saw you show a little bit of emotion was when you spoke about your daughter, and that was about it. I see no signs of remorse. You know, and the judge go, Anna, Anna. When the judge talk like that, me I say, here comes 20, here comes 20, here comes 20. If you go look at the comment section, me never put no comment in how much you more get. I said, remember what I said he was going to get, and then watch what happens next. Boom. The man get 20 years. Why did he even have a phone? Because he's a free man. He has a phone because he has not been convicted yet. Well, the judge ain't talking about the last minute. The judge talking about before, throughout the trial. He wasn't convicted of anything yet. So he was a free man. He has been living outside of a facility. See? So I'm having phone and everything. But the minute he got found guilty of manslaughter, he didn't have a phone no more. Now, he's eligible. Here's why I told you that he won. He got 20 years sentence on the book. He is eligible for parole in 10 years with time served taken out of that for 2.5 years. He could be out in 7.5 years. So when I hear 20, I want to like, yes. Nope, he won. Andre could be out in 7.5 years. The only thing he must do, behave himself in there, go in there, go find a program to get into, get some more education, some more training if they have it available wherever he's going to be staying at. Y'all heard what I just said? He is eligible for parole in 10. Plus, time served minus from that 10, he could be out in 7.5 years. And I think he will be out in 7.5 years. You know, the sister came up after now and the impact statements again. The sister, you destroyed our lives. You're a murderer, a thief. But you're a thief because you robbed your daughter of a mother and a father. She burns her toys. She picks her skin. She pulls out her own hair. That man don't care what the Ross y'all are saying. At this point, see me? He's staring straight at the sister while she's saying all this like, yo, girl, if I could have catch you, I squeeze your neck till your blood cleat stop breathe. But only whole on no know what the girl did that do all along. Only know what she did do all along. So yeah, Veronica girl, remember what I said? It falls right in about right there. So see? So when I say the big 20 don't mean nothing. The judge broke it down before he got off the stand. See? And 7.5 years, that man could be out. Now, he didn't show no emotions. Like the first caller said this morning, he didn't show no emotions because him feel like they did him wrong. And he feels like they knew all along. You know, it's like the man at Jamaica where killed, I covered a story out of Jamaica. I'll never forget his name. His name was Bull. Go look him up. Just Google it. Bull chop up him, picnic them in their uniforms going to school in the morning because the whole neighborhood was laughing for a while and him didn't know what them a laugh about until one of them pinch him and tell him, say, brother, you treat like a girl, the man of yours, you know. Your woman give your jacket 3 times and so breed your woman because when you know about that the man there feature your thing. The man no stop, figure do DNA, ask what happened or anything, him just chop up a picnic them. See? So we've seen this weirdness before. Andre at this point felt like how Bull felt. Like everybody been laughing at me this whole time. All who did that, yes, son-in-law, and we love you, man, and all this. You were a hypocrite because you knew that them times when I went off to training and she was going to Jamaica, when the no session I go down there with that boy there and all that, and sit down there and don't say nothing to me. So that helps him to be like, yeah, read your fucking statement. I don't give a damn. Okay, what? And yeah, me I go to prison. So me so out. And but to us it's like, geez, show some emotions. Her father was the only one that jerked him with tears. Her father says, you hurt me, Andre. You hurt me, Dre. You hurt me. You hurt my family. We spoke like brothers. We spoke like father and son. I feel like I lost my daughter. When I gained you, when I met you, I felt like, yes, this is the person. Like I gained a son. And when I lost you, now this is losses for me all around because my daughter is gone. I lost her, but you're going to prison, Andre, and I feel like I'm losing a son again. And I only time me see him eye them tear up, right? So even then, the father showed love and respect towards him. The father told him straight up, he says, I love you. I always loved you, and I will never stop loving you. This is not going to change it. You now have to go make yourself right with God and what you did. You understand? All this other stuff the father said, and then he left him there just like that. Airforce Major found guilty for killing his wife, sentenced to 20 years. The judge tells Andre that inside of these Texas prisons, they're rough, and you are going to have difficulties in there. You're going to have to protect yourself, he said. In other words, what the judge was trying to tell him is, don't drop the soap. In not so nice, in a more nice term. He said, don't get hurt. That means don't drop the soap. It's going to be rough in there. People are going to attack you, all kind of something. You have to go fight for yourself, this, that, and the other. They all know what inside of these prisons are like. And them not do nothing for it to change that. That in itself should be a deterrent to anybody who's going to commit an act that would put you in prison. Them know some man get raped in there on a regular basis. I've heard grown ass people come out and say, yeah, you think you're not gonna get raped. Motherfucker punch you and knock you out. 4 of them will jump you and beat you till you're unconscious. And then when you're unconscious, they'll undress you and they'll rape you in there. All kind of stuff happen in there, right? But I'm just saying that to say it's not gonna be no walk in the park kind of prison. He's going to a state prison. So, and I like him, I go lock up in the feds and have him own like a cell with all his commissary in a corner and all that. He might go a GP, go fight with everybody else who are in there. See? So we wish him all the best. And my condolences to the family again. I would tell people this. Stop comparing Beachy to Andre and talk about like father, like son. 2 totally different cases. Beachy actually write out, in a sense, not that he wrote it on pen and paper, but he basically orchestrated the way in which he wanted his wife to be killed. And then he paid somebody to actually do it, allegedly, but the person already confessed and get for them time and they're in prison. So I know a different something that in this case, husband and wife get in a fight, them used to fight all the rotted time. Them just used to hide it from everybody. And one at a time, with all the other stuff that was happening, that the fight get out of control today. Usually we will fight you, but left it there so after, and we go back to normal later, because we are toxic like that. We fight and frig. But after finding out about tattoo upon you, and you moving assets, and a plan to bring the boy come a foreign, and all this fight today, may I'll kill you in it. And that's what happened. So if you're out there in them toxic ass relationships, get your ass out. You hear me? All right. With that said, the other 2 topics what we did have to talk about this morning is 4 ways to tell that you're being used, which ties right into this. And I'm going to keep the ball rolling because no one left me like a 5 minutes at the end to talk about Shenseea, which is, So 4 ways to tell that you are being used, because some people oblivious, grown people out here don't know. Just like the lady said yesterday, I was raised by my grandfather, and we never had no problem. Like man, I look upon we like we are bust breast, and it wasn't my real maternal grandfather, but he played that role, and we were well protected and stuff. So she brought a wolf into her home because she was just thinking that that's how it was gonna be, and it wasn't. So you have to be careful out here. Things could never be the same after that Black Goddess Henry. Yeah, it went all the way down. They're not comparable. Father is a big killer and son is buck. Exactly, Annette Henry. We did say that at first, but take it back. When me hear where Andre go through. All right. So we can't ignore the long list of things that led up to. And I think that's why her family was also like not 100, like kill the boy, we want justice, dirty boy, because it wasn't no grounds there for that. You understand? It was grown people that are able to look at a relationship between man and woman and say, boy, I'm wrong still, but we see how 1 + 1 end up with 2 in this. Yeah. And we not say justify because we want justice for daughter, but it's one of those. It's a hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow. So let's talk about, hold on there. Let's answer this phone call real quick. Don't have much time. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. Talk to me now, because we don't have much time,
Right. I was just talking about Andre Mcdonald.
Mm-hmm.
SouFLo, that man don't need to show no emotion because he's emotionless. And I don't think that sentence is a lot because murder is murder.
Mm-hmm.
Because when the right is said, you leave the body and come back, right?
Him don't need to show no emotion because him emotionless.
He totally is. I watching the guy face and demeanor.
Mm-hmm.
No emotion to me. But when you go come back and take the person in love and burn, kill, take hammer and smash up the curtain. I talk about SouFLo.
But I never love her at that point.
No, I love you know.
No, me I say you never love her at that point.
But the fact that you come back downstairs and you see the person on the ground, and you not just say, boy, I wonder if you leave her too hard. Let me call the ambulance or nothing. Nigga tell the girl I'm going to the bush and go further out. Right? And get manslaughter charge because I'm not planning alibi. But let me tell you something, calm about reaching, right? And I'm thinking I win. But he get 20 years now. But nobody in a life spend not even 2 minutes in a prison. See me? He go face engagement. Because I look for the guy, no have no emotion so poor. And his testimony never look real to me, right? And the boy full of wall for anger. Nothing what the girl do. Absolutely nothing should cost her life. Can never bring life. See me? The man full of evil. You see everything I do, he go come back to him. Just listen out to you.
Yeah, man, but me want to give you a reality before you left. And hear what the reality. You see how you said everything when him do, I will come back to him. Everything what she did do, come back to her. And you see how we come back.
Murder to SouFLo?
But I'm not here. Well, you see how we come back. Whether me or you, me never said that. Listen to me. Listen to me. Me listen to you. Me, I'm not saying murder was justified. I said
justified.
It's I never said that. I'm saying the same way you are saying when him do I come back to him. Her chain of events where she do, I saw it come back to she.
No, but we see at the end of the day, she not killing. SouFLo, I'm not even killing the problem.
We not control this, my friend.
SouFLo, I'm not even killing the problem. The brother come back and take the girl. I want to do that after the fuck what about me. Suppose the man fight to that woman and get a wild blow and she drop. We don't have a problem. We car already and she drop, right? The natural reaction. Follow me now. When you come and see the person, you say rocking. Remember that you walk me and stuff. That's a total different reaction. Like you call out paramedics don't call.
No, not if me I try get away.
No, you know, I know something I try to say. If you hit somebody, you come. You have to try to say, no, something go wrong yourself. But when you come, you take the person,
you're not hear me. You're not hear me.
Hammer them.
That's all after the fact, my friend. The man did not try to get
Andre, no, Andre is evil. Andre,
it was an evil deed. It was an evil deed indeed.
What the brother do?
And like me always say, karma don't. Listen, it was an evil deed, and like me said, karma don't miss. So
what the girl could I do?
Well,
to trigger you so much, she burn all the body and beat up the head and cut up and come on, no man. SouFLo, there is no excuse what the boy do.
Yeah, we're not trying to make no excuse.
All some people are calling and talk about the girl and the bum and the girl no kill Andre. Girl and the bum no kill Andre.
Yeah.
What sense the man do? Some of them separate from the woman. What him do?
She not get it.
You kill girl.
And that's the problem. No. That's the problem. When you don't get it, it repeats itself again. And it continues to repeat itself until you get it.
Andre, the girl do something wrong, and if you even give her one blow, and she dead, all right.
That's beside the point. The gone already. Yeah.
Mr. Him is evil. You have to about each other ball. The boy can't ball out the ball and you know feel nothing.
Yeah,
but you must don't cry.
But not that me I tell us that the man angry and don't want to cry because he feel like them.
Angry 2 years past, he wants to be setting over say, what me do to my woman? I want to about angry. Angry when it just happens SouFLo.
After your
SouFLo 2 years past, you can't believe you kill a woman for your pick mother man. The boy evil SouFLo. You don't understand, but you must know psychology. 2 years past. What you do supposed to eat your maid? He no sorry. Because when he talk, he just have to talk when he see him just a talk all happen. He man chilling. See? Andrea go feel. That me, what is the woman come on your thing and talk about the girl. Do this and cheap and him build up girl. Build up woman, step away. The boy full of anger. And I'm on face it. Come and go hold him.
All right. You're done?
Yeah, man.
All right. Big up yourself and thank you.
Yeah, man.
All right. Listen, not take no more call for a minute. Let me finish up real quick. Okay. I think I cut this person off. All right. Make this quick for me, please. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Yeah, make this quick for me, please. Because I wasn't going to take the call.
The call just called a while ago. She don't have no remorse. Because remember that she was want to carry Andre to Jamaica to kill him. All you hear about the news, officer died in Jamaica and then get everything.
All right.
I was sorry for him because, again, he didn't deserve what he gets. And the judge was cruel because the judge already set his mind to give it. And I'm thinking maybe he hear about his father in Jamaica, and that's what he used against him.
Right.
I think that is it. Because, you know, news are all over, and he read about it, and that's the reason why I give him that.
And you know what? We can go far into the psychology of that. I will straddle the line by saying this. There are a lot of Hispanic people who really flex as if they're Caucasian and they don't like black people. So when they're in positions like a judge position, when it comes time to sentencing, there is no consideration as to the events that led up to this man that had a stellar background ending up in this position that he did, right? So he's gonna max him from morning. Yeah, he's gonna max him from morning. He already had his mind made up. He actually said it. He actually said it.
The lawyer was talking to him about it to get 24 hours to do what I want to go through it. He said no.
Right. So, but hey, neither here nor there. End of the day, listen, people are looking at the 20 and I'm bringing you the facts and I'm telling you that, listen, go back and watch the video. The judge clearly said.
No, I watched it one day.
So he's eligible for parole in 10 and he could be out in 7.5. So,
okay, one more thing, SouFLo.
Yes.
You remember the father testified before, and all the sister yesterday, he was lying. And the mother too, because you know why they say that now? Because he convicted. They were saying nice thing, and all of a sudden now they call him something, the miss and the daughter is this and whatever. They are lying because they know that he was going away now. That's why they say all what they said yesterday.
Yeah, because now it was time to hit the heart of the judge.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And the one that come up crying, the auntie, she was come up crying. Oh my God, you could see the light flying from top to bottom.
She couldn't even cry. She was forcing herself to cry.
Yeah, she's a good actress.
Yeah. All right.
So we women at all times push the bucket all the time. And women all about all the time. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Listen, if it was me too, I'm a brother, and he do what he do. I don't care. To hurt a person, you don't know how a person may feel when you do them something and how they react.
Exactly. You see this mentality where I keep hearing it being repeated by our women, like, it don't matter what she do. Stop it. You're co-signing foolishness. You're actually empowering a next woman to do the same thing, having her think, it no matter what me do. No, as women, look at the other woman them and tell them, you see what she do? A frigate. Make sure you don't do nothing like that because you see how it could end bad. I'm not saying anything would justify a man killing you, but the man out here, we kill you when you do some things like that. That's the reality.
That's the reality.
Not saying it's justified. We're telling you that it happens. So stay away from it. That's it. Just be truthful. Them are go down with the sinking ship. It no matter what she do. One woman say, it no matter if she did a 50 side man pan him. It no matter if she did tattoo man name all over her body. You know, and I'm like, where are you going with this? You're a grown woman saying stuff like this. Like, really? So if your husband come home with him woman name tattoo all over him, pan him neck and everything, you just fine with it and it doesn't matter. You're not fling a dish. You're not
it's ridiculous. She wasn't what they call it now. She wasn't respectful. She's disrespectful, and she didn't care. And the father, the mother, everybody know that they were having an affair. She was having an affair.
I am of the impression that the whole family knew, and Andre knows this. Right?
Remember what the sister Rita said? Andre don't choose who she or who her sister loves, so they know.
Right.
They say to him, you don't choose who my sister love or not. Because they know they were using everybody was using it.
That right there was very telling.
Of course.
When she said that, that was very telling.
Exactly. I was looking for your comment, but you didn't comment on it at the time.
Because I'm in the right and watch. That was very telling. But yeah.
Right. Thank you.
All right, my friend. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
You don't get to choose who my sister love. Yeah. And your husband, what the fuck you mean don't get to choose who you love? Y'all use the man. Y'all know as a family what she was doing. I'm sorry it ended that way. You know, she was brilliant, she was beautiful, yes, and all that. And if I did my daughter, I would have want burn down the place too. But at the end of the day, I would still have to be like, yo, after all my teacher, like she come pull this, you know, look how I work out, John no, you know. But anyhow, 4 ways to tell that you are being used. I'm gonna run through these real quick. Listen and listen up good, because someone know I get used right now and don't even know it. Okay, before I end up like Andre and Andre. The first one, for me again, the first one is there will be no reciprocation. They will not do for you as you do for them. Now, this can go in a relationship, a platonic relationship. This can go in a marriage, monogamous relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend. It could just be a homie, your friend. But remember this. The first one is there will be no reciprocation. No reciprocation. Them not gonna do back what you do for them. You ever stuck around people? You're like, damn, I me always have to rescue them. Me always have to do this. Me always have to do that. They don't bat an eye at you unless you do for them, right? And they won't return favors, no reciprocation. The second one is there will be no gratitude, meaning there will be no appreciation shown. There will be no, I appreciate you so much. I thank you, man. Listen, I thank you for doing this for me. You know, I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, I'm so grateful for this. Just simple words like those. There will never be any of those because there will be no gratitude. And if for them mind, well, me ask the feet, you do it. So hey, me take it and moving right along. And not expect nothing from me because there will be no reciprocation, which was one. Me not do it back to you. And we move. Oh, yeah, do it for me again. Okay, good. There won't be no gratitude. No, I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for doing this. The third one is they are only nice to you if there is something to gain for it from them being nice to you. Whether it could be gifts or trips or money or sex or whatever the case may be, comfort, whatever, right? Only time them nice to you and when time them can get something from you. Other than that, them probably just treat you like a throwaway. See? And the fourth one is no high value is placed on you. Meaning, you're not nobody to me. I can walk away from you easily, dump you and move right along, pick up somebody else right where I left you off at. They can go forever without connecting with you, and you will always have to force the connection, and you are treated as temporary and worthless to them. Worthless meaning if you spend a lot of money on some diamond earrings or on a chain, and that thing drop off of your neck, you want to see how you search down the place feet. A matter of fact, if you find out that the back of the earring drop off, you're not putting it in your ear because me spend my 400 US on it, a real piece of diamond in it, and on my dollar store earring, and on my $5 earring. So I'm gonna protect it and I'm make sure I get a back for it before I wear it and all that. It's the same thing when it comes to people. If you're valuable to them, they will treat you like you're worth something, right? If you're not valuable to them, they will treat you like a throwaway. Like, I know nothing a dollar will pay for that, man. Just use it and dash it over there, so can get to our next one, kind of thing. So look out for those 4 signs. 1, no reciprocation. 2, no gratitude. 3, they're only nice when they need something or want something from you or can benefit from it. 4, no high value will be placed on you. You're an easy throwaway, walk away and left. That kind of thing. With that said, let's move on to the Shenseea stuff now, just so we don't get out of here feeling all broken down and stuff. And we have 5 minutes to do it. A young lady put up a video yesterday that says that Shenseea has fallen off. The name of the video is The Rise and Fall of Shenseea. So when I saw the rise and fall of Shenseea, I thought to myself, she not fall. She's trying to do something different, but apparently the people are not reciprocating, but not following up on what she had tried to do. Them not feel what she doing. This new her, this Megan Thee Stallion attitude, this city girls, this that kind of something that the people that must say that's not you, Shen. But Shenseea actually has a vision for herself. she doesn't only want to be a reggae dancehall artist, she wants to be an international superstar. She is trying to follow, say, in the footsteps of people like Nicki Minaj and Rihanna. Nicki Minaj is from the Caribbean, a Trini girl. Rihanna is from Barbados, a Barbadian girl, and Shenseea is from Jamaica. So she sees that, yo, there's a possibility of me spreading my wings, expanding, and going on to do big things, right? But it seemed like the Jamaican audience that supports her is not letting her live. Them want her to be the same person.
How Shenseea went from this to this. See, I'm a kind of nigga. I'm ambitious, but I don't sell pussy. Got my witness. Now I'm beef with a bitch about a dick. Oh yeah. Oh no, Shenseea. Oh no. So I think there are many factors that have contributed to this. And I think it starts with the American dream. A lot of young artists in Jamaica, when they're coming up, their end goal is to bust and reach in America. So they'll do whatever it takes, and they will neglect and let people rebrand them. They will lose their essence and their roots. They will lose the authenticity that gave them the platform in the first place. Listen, I've seen Shenseea perform 3 times because of them old tunes. And you know, she kept it going for a while. She went up to Temptation Overdrive Foreplay. But let me show you when it started going left. This is the exact moment. Now, I'm not mad. I didn't mind that song, but I was thinking, this reeks of gentrification. This reeks of I'm trying to be Rihanna. Like, let me tell you something. Like, every artist has to go through growth and changes, but this one burned me. Because that song with Skinny Bone, we're talking about, I'm a skinny nigga. Like, bro, leave that to Meg Thee Stallion. Leave that to the city girls. Be who you are for your pride. Like, I hate to.
She has a point. When I saw the song that said, wake up in the morning, something, something, become the best, best. First of all, the song was Thank God for Life. And then I saw 2 girls in the bed, and it was like playing with the cross and mixing religion and sex and homosexuality and, you know, pushing all the envelopes, so to speak. And I thought, yo, plus she remixed it with Tiger, right? And I was like, yo, this kind of did rough for me as far as me accepting it. End of the day, I'm the kind of person like this. When it comes to art, I don't want art censored. If you think about this, none of us pay attention to each other because we look like we're next door neighbor. There's nothing, oh my God, other person there. So we have entertainers and we expect entertainers to entertain, but then we want them to be normal and we want them to do all the normal stuff where we do. And it doesn't work that way, right? Because normal is boring and you're not entertained by normal. You're entertained by all the abnormalities and the stuff them with them go on with. You look when them drive by in them car because it's a Lamborghini and a Testarossa and a this and a that and something you can't afford. You go into their lifestyle because they're dining at this restaurant where it's $5,000 for a plate of food and they're on a private jet and you fly coach pan commercial airline. You're going to the, you know, everything about them is just different. And that's what people look to. Now, as far as her music goes, she changed up the content. She changed up the content because she's trying to appeal to a wider audience. I think she sat down and did some study and she thought to herself, well, I already know how to talk to my Jamaican audience. So let me go try capture this other audience. And this other audience ain't gravitating to what I'm saying Jamaican wise. So I got to speak to them in a language that they understand, right? And then she started studying like City Girls and Megan Thee Stallion. She even worked with Megan Thee Stallion and all these other things. And I think, right, Dessa, people want to see you stay one way for the rest of your life. You know, I like you like the 2016 you, and I think you should just stay the 2016 you. So in 2023, damn, SouFlo, you changed enough, yo. Me not even like the platform no more, cause You know, it looked like I'd be a big people you have over there now. Remember when the platform did wild and crazy? That was 2016. That I've evolved. That's 7 years ago. I can't be the same person 7 years later. Still, I tell people, boy, run up under your mother and broke your neck and this and that. I evolved. I started respecting other people's mother and respect my own mother even more, and teach people that we can disagree but still keep it respectful and all these things. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's the problem, is that they want to pigeonhole her and keep her as dancehall reggae Shenseea will sing those songs. Let's take this call real quick. This might be our last. This is our last call for the morning. Live on the air with SouFlo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFlo. How you doing?
Morning, family. I'm here now. A lot was said this morning. How are you?
Yes.
Roll this up first, please.
Yeah. So I wanted to just touch on what you're saying about Shenseea and everything, and you know the whole idea of the rise and fall. I really don't listen to her music per se. I hear it passing and, you know, coming and going. Like the whole Bless song, I did like that song.
You did like it?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I didn't never see the video, but the song, I like the song.
Yeah, the video struck me.
Okay.
I like the song, but the video was like, oh, two girls getting up out of bed in the morning. Like, yeah.
Right. So the thing is that, like, I understand people want fame, and you're a little island girl in this big kind of, you're in Jamaica, you're a big fish in a small pond, but in America, you're a little fish in a big pond, right? And I understand you want to advance and all that kind of stuff, but you can never remember your core base, because American music of today is about trend.
It's about what?
Trend.
Okay,
You're hot
trend.
today, you're not hot. You're hot.
Yes.
You're gone tomorrow.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So if you turn on your foundational base, when America finish with you, you have nowhere to go. Yeah. You cannot betray your first 300. You know what I'm saying? Like you, and for her, it would be like in a cultural sense. If you're doing things that are completely risque out of the culture, sometimes if you go too far, you'll go to the point of no return. Yeah. So when America finish with you now, you can't turn back and like, hey guys, what on? Yeah. That's not gonna work. So you have to be very careful with that. And it's like a Russian roulette. Do I jeopardize cutting my cultural connection by trying to gain the world? Or do I hold on to my cultural connection, and those who love me will always love me? Like Bojo. Right. Sizzla's another one. Sizzla don't change for nobody. Yeah. They wanted Sizzla to say this and say it about, you know, the whole LGBT situation. Sizzla is stand firm. Sizzla go. Rastaman don't apologize for no one. Exactly. You understand? Sizzla can go anywhere. Bojo is respected because people, at the end of the day, you know what stands firm? Integrity. And when people see you wishy-washy, they can't stretch you here, stretch you there, stretch you there, you lose the value that people have for you. Even if people want you to do wrong, if you still stand firm, part of in the back of their mind, they kind of respect that. But when they see they can turn you and flip you and twist you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You easy come, easy go. Yeah. I'll give another, I'll just point this one out. Like, for instance, not Jamaican, but Amara La Negra. Do you know her? Yes. Okay. Beautiful girl. I don't follow her. I know she does music. I don't follow her music. I saw her on a reality show. Beautiful girl. Her shape is like to die for. Her face is to die for. Her voice is to die for. When she came on the American scene, Hispanic, Black, big Afro, I already knew that they were going to, how do I say this? Hottentot Venus her. You understand? Every picture she come in, body ashore, oil is dripping off the body, everything as sexual as can be. All the people that was interested in, who were promoting her, what her body looked like under these clothes. When them finished, twist her and turn her and flip her, she done with her. Because I noticed she wasn't around no more. I don't see her anymore. No more. Right. So you was trying to catch the fame. You did whatever you needed to do. You sold your soul. And when them discard you. Now you're done. So Shenseea, Bets, be careful. Coffee, music good. But if the rest of the world turn on coffee finish. Because when coffee come with the whole rainbow situation, Jamaica don't ramp with that, period. And Jamaican people are very unforgiving people. So when you come and promote a certain lifestyle that is against where you come from, you are cutting your cultural connection.
You saw Coffee's latest. Give me
Yes,
what
dear,
I
I
want.
did see it. Yes. So
What
that's what I'm saying. It's a Russian roulette.
Boy, you know? Yeah.
Trying to gain the world. Sometimes you sell your soul. Everybody who try to gain the world don't gain it. And the devil will have you chase something, but never will let you enjoy it. So choose wisely, use wisdom. You understand? So that's how I see it.
All right. And with that said, I don't have to say nothing more. We're going to leave it right here this morning. Big up yourself.
Yes, take care.
All right. All right. Me not to say nothing more. She said it all. Yo, give me what I want. Lord God. I'll catch y'all tomorrow morning right here. God spare my life. Manners and respect to each and every one. On big up on yourself. One love. All right. Be careful out there. And if you're in a toxic relationship, run. I'm out. Peace.